Saturday night again. It's Saturday night again. It's Saturday night again. Saturday night again. All right. Hi, everybody. Old guy at your service. Mrs. Old Guy behind the scenes, running the show, making sure that I don't mess up. Say hello, Mrs. Old Guy.
Hello, hello.
Got to say hello to my brother Doug and sister-in-law Shar. Good evening, good evening. This fact tonight was recommended, or not recommended. It was suggested. Thank you, Miss. See, that's why she's in charge. It was suggested by Doug to make ravioli or lasagna, and I decided that I'll do both at some point. So tonight it's the ravioli. So
Brandy's here and Janice.
hi Janice, hi Brandy. Glad you guys are here. In fact, I'm gonna get some. I've got a whole bunch to do tonight. So this is going to be like the pizza night, only just the very, a little bit of difference. Instead of pizza dough, I'm making the pasta dough. And the mozzarella cheese, I'm going to make the sauce. I'm going to make the sausage. I'm not going to make the ricotta cheese. I could, but I just figured for time's sake and for the fact that I've only made it a couple of times. I'm not really sure that I would be ready to do it for a live stream first time. So,
Turtle King's here.
Hey, Turtle King. Hey, buddy. I hope you're having a good summer. I really do. It's been hot, but I hope you're having a good summer. Absolutely. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. So, I can't mess around too much. I've got so much to do here. I think I'm going to just start. I got to turn on the water so I can blanch the tomatoes for the sauce. I got some aromas here.
Natalie's
Hi, Natalie. Guten Abend.
just getting off work and driving home.
Oh, awesome. Well, be careful. Be careful. All right, so I guess first things first, just to kind of get it out of my way, and it'll be actually the quickest thing to mix up, is the sausage. I wasn't going to put all the spices out and so forth for the sausage, so I put them on a plate here just for convenience sake and a little help with time a little bit. I do have a video where I kind of go through what everything is. If you want to go down and look at I think it was the Italian sausage sandwich video. So anyway, so I got a pound of ground pork, just regular ground pork. T-Bird, good evening. Good evening. I hope everybody's had a good week. Been an okay week for old guy, another little step closer to being finished in our bathroom remodel. Yay! And it's not very big. I mean, our bathroom is a tiny little thing. It's just, everything's done and been getting done in little steps. So that's okay. Sorry, John. Hi, John. Good evening, good evening. So I'm just getting ready to mix these spices into the ground pork here. And like I said, if you want to know what they are, just check out my Italian sausage sandwich video. Okay, so I'm just going to get this mixed together real quick. I need to let it, really I should give it like 4 hours minimum, and then or overnight is best. But I don't have that long, so figure if I get it going first thing, it'll have at least a little while to set. Last time I did something like this, I think it took about an hour and 20 or 30 minutes when I did the pizza, somewhere around there. So we'll see how quick I can get through.
Lisa's here.
Hi, Lisa. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Mixing up the sausage. Gotta make some Italian sausage. We're gonna do sausage ravioli. Now, like I said, I'm gonna make the mutts, but I'm not gonna make them the ricotta. At least this time around.
Keeper says I'm in Colorado too. It's been hot.
It has been. I know, but see, there's sometimes quite a big difference between the eastern side of the state and the western side, even though you are a little further south than like the Denver area, and it does get hot, that's for sure. All right, so I can set this aside now. Let it do its thing. All right, woohoo! Got my water going for the tomatoes. I want to get them blanched. So let's just toss them in. Get these going. Alright, hopefully it won't take very long. Get this plate out of my way. While that's going, I'm going to grab where's my little scooper. This will work just as well. Something to get them out of the water with. Alright, I'm going to start mixing some pasta here. Get the rest of these tomatoes out. So as always, what did you guys have for, or are you having for your dinner tonight? We're having sausage ravioli. Okay, that's going. I'll get the milk going here in a second. Let's get the... Alright. So I got some onion here.
John's having meatloaf style tacos.
Meatloaf style tacos. That sounds good, John. It does. I could go for that. Okay, just rough chopping a half of a green bell pepper. I got these small little sweet peppers. They were on sale, so they will work very nicely. For this, I'm not terribly worried about all the seeds, but I do want to kind of get some of them out. Alright, these also, we're just going to get just a quick cut. Put these tomatoes in. Blanching so we get that skin off.
Keeper says, yep, I'm on the east side of the Rockies, and then he says they're having leftover beef stew.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. We had beef stew, was it last weekend? Where did we have the beef stew? Yeah, it was weekend last or before. Weekend before last. Love beef stew. Okay, so we've got onion, bell pepper, and those little sweet peppers there into the blender. And I'm going to add a few spices here. Turn that down. I don't want to boil it all over the place. If I can help it. Alright, I will get to that. So we're going to add some basil. That. Nice little tap of basil. I was probably, I don't know, a tablespoon maybe. Whoop. Just got some regular Italian seasoning here. A little more of that, maybe a tablespoon plus like a teaspoon. Oregano. Nope. Gotta put the oregano now. Again, the thing, a nice little couple tablespoons of oregano. Salt and pepper. A little bit of salt. Bam. Okay.
That stew's always better the next day. It sure is.
Oh, absolutely. Just like soup. For most soups, anyway, are good the next day, especially things like vegetable soup. Okay. Let me show you. Good. Don't want to get myself sidetracked too much on one thing while I've got other stuff covering. Alright, that's not too bad.
Brandy says tomatoes and cottage cheese going to change devices.
Tomatoes and
Downstairs has me wait here, herbs and spices, and of course love adding herbs.
still, you need to be a little louder. Sorry, silly guy. I heard most of that. Okay, we got some garlic here. Also some red pepper flake. I'm gonna have the sauce just a little bit spicy this time. Alright. We will see with whether or not I'm gonna need to add a little bit of water just to get this puree out. I kind of expected that I would. That's all right. That's all right. Woo. That's just gonna, it'll get gone before it's over. Okay. Let this go in. Come on. I know it's a little noisy. We'll see. Alright. Smells really good. Dump that. Onto that pizza pan there. Spread that out. And I'm going to put this in 450 degree oven for about 8 or 10 minutes. Let's try 8 minutes.
So Brandy said veggie soup and winter cornbread. Now she's changing devices.
That sounds good.
Yep. John says for dessert, German chocolate cake.
Oh, Sean's here?
John.
Oh, John. I thought you
Sorry.
I said Sean. My mistake.
Yeah.
That sounds good. That sounds really good. All right.
Natalie said she bought a calendar yesterday and its dates are numbered. LOL.
Oh, jeez. Awesome. All right. So I got a couple cups of flour here, 3 eggies. All right. Get this mixed up. Make some pasta. It's hard to make ravioli if you don't have any pasta with it. So I guess that's a given. Hey, this old guy, can you put that up on a chair, please? We got a fan that's kind of keeping the air moving around enough so it's not flaming hot. It has been pretty hot these last few days.
Hopefully it'll sleep like
Right. Oh, this is coming together all right. That's a good thing. Come on. Simmer that off my hands. I've got a drop of olive oil that I want to add in there.
if I need to go for buy 2 pairs of shorts.
I'm afraid to ask. Do tell.
You might get a hole and then you might get a hole one of them.
Get a hole in one. Yes.
Get a hole in one of them.
Yes. Oh.
Joshua's here.
Joshua, good evening. Boy, I've got to get ranked. I'm cranking on it already tonight. I've got so much going on here. We've got some herbs and spices going on in the oven with some bell pepper and onion that I ground up. That's going to just kind of roast in the oven for just a few minutes while I get the pasta going, and then I'll get to the milk and make some mozzarella cheese, and I'll get the ricotta filling going. So got the sausage made. I'll have to cook it off here in a little bit, but get this here pasta.
Peter says he has his suspenders on also.
Yeah. Yeah. Belts don't work so well anymore. I'd have to lose about 25 pounds, I think.
He said he's 63 the last time he looked. Peter did.
Let's say that again.
He's 63 the last
63?
time he looked.
Okay, yeah, well. Yeah. Not far behind me then. It's 64.
Joshua says, busy man in the kitchen.
Yes, sir.
Crazy Dad shows here.
Hey, guys. Is this Tim that is present? That's feeling pretty good. Just about there. I want to make sure that it's pretty well evenly moist, I guess is the word I want to use. Okay. And here. Throw that in the bag, and I'm going to let that rest for a few minutes anyway. Okay, not too bad. That's
Crazy Dad said that it's them, Nate, and Uncle Wes.
Well, hi guys. I'm glad you're all three there. Awesome. So let's see what's coming up here. I looked a little bit earlier. Let me see if I can remember what's coming up next week. Okay, Miss Olga. You're going to actually have to tell me what's coming up next week. I don't remember. So that's chicken.
Patty
Kelly.
melts.
Say what?
Patty melts.
Patty melts. That's right, and that was from Red, right? T-Bird Red. T-Bird Red. T-Bird. Next weekend,
And
right?
German chocolate cake from Brain.
And right, I'm gonna do chocolate cake too. And then the magic flying fickle finger has picked Sean and the pack again, and this one was creamy Tuscan chicken. So we're looking forward to doing that one. And as always, if you guys have ideas for Old Guy, hey, please write them down. Okay, I gotta quit standing there yapping. I've actually gotta, be doing something here.
Natalie said somebody tried to steal almost $350 worth of merchandise today at work. People are crazy.
Oh, I know. Luckily, because we live in such a sparsely populated area, people that kind of get caught thieving are like splattered all over the place as far as like media, social media, like all over Facebook. There's an Ace Hardware not too far from here. Every time they catch somebody shoplifting,
Yep.
their name and photographs of them,
It's putting them
whatever
on
they're
the chain.
shoplifting, yep, it's put on Facebook.
So, Funky Food with Dave's here.
I'm sorry, what?
Dave's here.
Dave! Dave?
Funky Food with Dave.
Oh, okay. Boy, my brain just went blank for a minute. Hi, Dave. Sorry about that.
That's okay. T-Bird says that he wears a belt and suspenders because he has a knife and clippers while working in his garden.
Okay. Oh. I wish you were here to smell the aroma, but those peppers and onions mixed with those herbs. It smells unbelievable here in Missoula.
Scott's here.
Hey, Scott.
Eli's here.
Eli.
Yum.
That does smell good. It's not much to look at, but boy, does it ever smell good. All right. I gotta pick up something here.
You're right, T-Bird. That's exactly what I'll do. But I'll go and have mine with sourdough instead of rye.
Okay, where am I going here? All right, grab this back. I'm not done with it yet. All right.
John
Okay.
wants to know how Arthur and Olivia are.
They're doing okay. They have spoke with and seen Arthur several times over the last few weeks. He is doing well. Olivia is too. She's just, I guess, extremely busy working, which is a good thing. All right, so there's that puree here. And real quickly, as I go, I'm just going to peel these blanched tomatoes.
Natalie says she works at Walmart, so it's a daily occurrence.
Well, yeah, I bet it is.
Scott says, I live in California and you can legally steal $950 and nothing will happen. Crime is out of control.
That's unbelievable.
That's just crazy. Eli says, for a suggestion, shotgun shell apps.
Shotgun shell apps. We will. What? I'll do it, but just what is it? I bet it has something to do with bacon.
Scott wants to know what you're cooking.
I am doing sausage raviolis. And right now I'm kind of getting the sauce part going. I'm going to make some cheese here in just a second, but I really wanted to get this stuff out of the way so I could pay attention to the cheese. Last time when I did the pizza, I sort of had a difficult time with the getting the cheese to stretch, and I think it was because I maybe got the milk a little bit too hot before I added the rennet. So we will see. Say what? Yo, good evening. I am just peeling a few of these Roma tomatoes, getting ready to make my pizza sauce, or spaghetti sauce. So used to making pizza.
Lisa said she made an apple pie today.
Yo, love apple pie. When the orchards around here come in season, we'll go down and pick. You know, they have all kinds of varieties. And we'll make an apple pie out of like 4 or 5 different kinds of apple. Yummy. Yummy, yummy. Love apple pie. Okay, so we got the
Shotgun shells equals manicotti stuffed with ground beef, wrapped in bacon, basted with barbecue sauce, then smoked.
Oh, that sounds great. That sounds great. All right, here's some little noise, guys. That didn't take very long. I do believe it is pretty well pureed out. Now the question is, that's the pan for sauce.
Scott says sausage ravioli sounds delicious. He made homemade chicken salad. He's gonna make a sandwich with it and have chips.
Oh, that sounds great. I like chicken salad. Now you're talking like chicken salad, like a spread type thing that you put on bread, yeah, as opposed to like a chicken salad where somebody takes a chicken breast, cuts it up and puts it on top of the salad and calls it a chicken salad.
He's making a sandwich out of it, so it's the spread.
Okay, the spread. I like doing that with like leftover roast beef or pork. Yeah, same thing. Absolutely.
Natalie says sausage ravioli sounds really good.
It should be.
And the caper wazer.
Hey, how's it going, man? Keep away. All right, this is just in my way, so I'm going to do this, and then I'll get the milk out. So I'm making some homemade raviolis. I am going to make the mozzarella, but I'm not. Like I said, this time I've only made ricotta a couple of times, and I want to, just do it maybe one more time or so before I try doing it on a live stream. Okay, so I'm going to add a couple of eggies, and I'll be adding the Italian sausage to this too here in a little while. Turn that down. I want it to pour over. Can you smell that, Mrs. Old Guy?
I do. That smells really good.
The smell of the sauce is starting to come around through the air there. Okay. Some of that chopped parsley, garlic here. Not much, about a clove. And all we gotta do is just mix it up. Where's my thing? Okay. And when I get the sausage and the mozzarella cheese, I'm going to add those into this. And it'll make a pretty good sized batch of ravioli. So I'll cook it. Mrs. Old Guy and I are going to have tonight, and then the rest I'll probably just freeze. So, and that's all I'm going to make for you guys is just what I'm eating. The rest we'll do after we're done. Okay, so I got a little bit of white wine here. Add that into my sauce. Not a lot, maybe a quarter cup. And yeah, just a little drink for Mrs. Old Guy and I. A little sippy of wine.
Scott says random, but take care of your teeth, everyone. I didn't go to the dentist for 5 years and had to spend almost $1,000 to get my teeth fixed last week.
It happens.
Painful. It was painful also, he says.
Dennis said, well, or also, you know, I've heard them referred to as the house of pain. So, this okay? Here you go. Just a little drink. We'll save it for dinner. I just didn't want to use it up before I had a chance to pour us a drink. So,
He says,
right.
any oh no moments lately?
Well, last week when I was doing the Scotch eggs, the ham that I was trying to use to do the Eggs Benedict version was the small little round lunch meat ham instead of kind of a long oval shape, and I couldn't get them to stay on at all. So the regular Scotch eggs turned out great, but yeah, I had to improvise on the hollandaise, the Eggs Benedict. Yeah. All right, let's see here. That's pretty good. Okay, that can set us up. Good deal. That's rocking. Okay. Now the cheese. So the last
Dad cave, sir.
Dad Cave. Hey Jared, how you doing, man?
Happy Saturday, everyone.
Happy Saturday to you too, man. Glad you're here. It's homemade ravioli tonight, and it's from scratch. Pretty much completely. I've got the pasta dough resting here. I'm making some mozzarella. I just made the sauce, or it's just starting to kind of do its thing here. And Mrs. Old Guy and I found a place not too far away that we could actually get some raw milk. So this milk is fresh from the cow into the refrigerator, right? You know, from the cow into the glass jars.
Raw milk.
So raw milk, isn't that what I said? It is raw milk.
I guess I don't know.
I did
Guess
say
we're
raw
all
milk.
listening, right?
It is raw milk. So this is what I'm going to use to make my mozzarella tonight, in the hopes that the curd will turn out better than it has been using the pasteurized, homogenized milk. So we were looking at it to firm that up. You need to add like calcium chloride, and the less stuff I have to add, the better. This milk, it's hard to see, but there is a definite line from here up is the cream. You can definitely see it. So I'm going to try and pour off that cream. I think that got it.
Somebody else is in the room, but it's really hard for me to see what that means.
You want me to come around?
Sure.
Okay.
Just because of the way they have it goes.
I'm gonna swing around here, guys. I'll be right back. I'm still here. Miami wrap. I think that's what it says, Miami wrap. If I am If I'm wrong, please let me know. Welcome to Old Guy's Kitchen. Saturday nights is a live stream, and I make food that my viewers request. And just so happened that this time my brother requested ravioli, so I'm making ravioli. Next week it's going to be patty melts. So it changes every week, and welcome. Hit the sub button, man. Don't cost you nothing. And if you like watching goofy old guys cook, well, you're in the right place. Okay, I'm going to turn that down. So I'm going to finish pouring the cream off of these.
Scott says raw milk is awesome. It's hard to find.
It is?
You like raw cow's pieces.
I think that I'm going to see about making some ice cream out of that cream right there. And look at that. That's a lot of cream off of 1 gallon. That's a lot of cream. Okay. So, whole gallon of milk.
Says,
What?
I love Italian food. My favorite is baked spaghetti.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
The dad, crazy dad, says, I love Italian food. My favorite is baked spaghetti.
Baked spaghetti. I've had it a few times. I like just a lot of Italian food, even some of the seafood, but not a whole lot. Okay, I'm not going to get myself too lost here. I gotta get some citric acid rocking. It's also important, I reckon, to mention if you're doing cheese like this, they say not to use city tap water. It can contain like chlorine and fluoride and stuff like that, and that will definitely affect how the cheese turns out.
It's raining, I can smell it.
Is it raining? Awesome! Woohoo! More the better. Yeah. Alright, so what did I do with my measuring spoons? There they are. Alright, so one of these I've got to add a teaspoon and a half of citric acid. Okay. Mix that up real quick. Then here in a minute I'll pull the rennet out. Want to make sure that dissolves in there pretty well. It'll take just a minute. And the trick is to get the milk up to 90 degrees. And then add the rennet. This is old guy. Lids are normally put here,
Yes.
but I find one for the big blue pot right there
Probably down at the end.
at the end.
Or the next one over.
Okay, I gotta find the lid for it, guys. Okay. I'm gonna have to cover it once I get that rennet put in. Okay. So there's that. Let me grab myself something. Swizzle that with.
Eli says he longs for rain. It was 116 a couple days ago.
That's pretty hot.
That is.
All right. Sure that's it.
And they've been talking about vacations and stuff. Yeah, family's going on vacation after one more day of work.
Yeah. You're giving us the countdown. I sure hope you have a good time.
Takeaways on vacation, one more week or 2 weeks off.
Nice. Well, yeah, it's always cool to have a, summer vacation. All right. Apply.
Dad Kate wants to know. He goes, "Hey Tom, I have to know, how did you get started cooking, and did you do any training or classes?"
How did I get started cooking? It just kind of happened. Kind of funny. My first job ever was flipping hamburgers at Tasty Freeze. I was like 15 or something. Then after I got into the Army, I worked for a little while in the kitchen in the Enlisted Man's Club. They did a lot of carry out, mostly pizza and chicken. Was like 99% of the business. So, I was there for that. It was just part-time, but after I got out, I went to California, and that's where kind of things came together. I started working at a place there. Things just kind of went from there. I opened a pizzeria in Fairplay, Colorado, and then it changed into a full-serve Italian. Anyway, then that's kind of, the quick, abbreviated version of how things got going for me. All right.
So Miami Rat is Val's granddaughter, Chloe.
Oh, okay. Well, good evening. Okay. This is a family-friendly channel. Got my trusty thermometer here. That just isn't going to fit very well, so I'm just going to have to hold it for a second here and see where we're at.
Tracy Dad says, "Geez, all these vacations, all my vacations consist of is Walmart and McDonald's, and if I'm lucky, a neighbor might let me swim in their blow-up pool."
Yeah, I hear you, brother. That's funny. All right, so I got some animal rennet here. Let me get this.
Eli says he plans to bring back this channel as a StreamYard food and drink hangout channel.
Cool. Please do. I'd like to come check it out, man. Whoops. That's too much. I almost put in like double the amount of rennet. That wouldn't be good. We just need a quarter teaspoon. Almost there. Looks good. Mix that into the water. Put this back in the fridge tank.
Scott says going on hikes to different waterfalls or camping is close to needed.
Yeah. We're not like going anywhere. Not with the price of gas. I don't think so. But luckily for us, there's really beautiful mountains and so forth, just not far. So, within 30 miles. So. All right, where am I at here now? Still needs to get warmer yet. That's okay. That's a good thing. Oh, I forgot to put it in. Oh well. I'll add it in. I'll add it in right now. Oh, a little bit of red wine vinegar into my sausage. My excitement. So that's why I like to put everything out on the table. maybe I'm less likely to forget it. All right, let me get that mixed. All right. Okay. I'm just glad I noticed it.
Yeah.
Not that it would have been the end of the world. Okay, it would have been the end of the world. Stir. Come on, cheese.
Crazy Dad says that he likes to hike. His girlfriend isn't too keen on camping. I walk the hiking springs and stuff.
We like, yeah, there's some areas up on the mountain up here where we go to that has some pretty nice little foot trails, you know. But a lot of them, the deeper in you go, the more difficult they become, depending on where you're going. So, but nothing wrong with going a ways and then turning around and going back, which is what we've done several times. I think we've hiked in about 4.5 miles on this one 10-mile trail. Turn around and walk back. So that wouldn't be something you could do in a day, you know, there to one side and the other. But if you had somebody that could drive you, park a car up at the end of the trail, and then, you know, you could do it in a day, and that would be fun. Okay, enough of that. All right, I increased the temperature just a little bit. See if I can't get this to rock a little bit quicker here. The sauce is smelling good. I am going to add some tomato paste to it. That's how she rolls.
Scott says that he loves doing both camping and that. And he says, I'm going to DIY my SUV into a camper. I watched a few videos and it doesn't look too hard.
Nice. Nice. The only thing I don't like about some campers is you can't stand up. And you know, those, like I've seen those little, what do they call them? Teardrop campers. There's no way I can't. I'd sit up and be forever whacking my head on the thing. I need someplace I can stand up. Tent camping is out of the question. I'm done camping in a tent.
Scott says a month ago he completed a hiking challenge. He had hiked 10 waterfalls in 60 days. He got a patch and they planted a tree in his name once he sent pictures in his blog.
Awesome. How cool is that? They have a kind of a short list of some of the people that have claimed all the peaks here in Colorado.
Yep.
And it's
14,000.
well, no, not just the 14,000 foot ones, but all of them. And you know, there's more than you can shake a stick at. Alright, let's get this milk, another temperature check here. We're getting there. Looks like it's at about it's close to 90. Does it feel 90? think we're there, folks. That looks like 90 degrees to me. Thrown out of there now. All right, so we'll take that off the heat. Give this a little swizzle. Pour in the rennet. Give it a little stir around. Cover that up. Yeah, just gonna leave it alone. Let's see here. Let's set that timer. 20 minutes. Just to make sure. Get a good curd this time.
Hey, Tom Wildman wants to know if you ever made cream chicken and biscuits on your
Green?
cream.
Oh, cream.
Cream chicken and biscuits.
Cream chicken and biscuits. I haven't. Go ahead and write that down. That sounds really good. That's funny. I thought you said green. Green chicken. Okay. Well, that's doing its thing. I'm going to go ahead and get the sausage fried.
Somebody wants to know where Trump is.
Laying on the floor right in front of us here. I think he's being lazy, and I also think he thinks that he's going to get some sausage or whatever. And that's not going to happen. Pasta dough's looking okay. I think I got just a second here to catch my breath and take a drink. Well,
Green chicken sounds like something that Cletus would be.
Yeah, you know my mother used to make what we call Civil War steaks. That's because they was blue on one side and gray on the other. Old Civil War steaks. All right. One thing, you know, as somebody that spent some time in the kitchen, I can tell you two things. Stay away from green meat and fuzzy cheese. Alright. Sweep up just a little bit here. Get ready to roll out some pasta. Get ready to make some raviolis here. Because whether the mozzarella turns out or not, I still got to make raviolis. So it'd be nice to have the ravioli to put it in my, in my ravioli.
Ravioli, to put it in your ravioli?
Yeah, it'd be nice to have the. It'd be fun to have the mozzarella to put in my ravioli. That better?
Yep.
Okay. What happens is my tongue gets wrapped around my eye teeth and I can't see what I'm saying.
Crazy Dad says, won't it put hair on your chest?
Oh, I got hair on my chest. I thought about, seeing how it's grown here and it grows all the way down, So I thought about making my mustache. Just cut that line right here, go down, curl my mustache up down here on the chest. Get some mustache wax,
to know, have you ever made risotto?
Ever made risotto? Oh yeah. You bet.
And Eli says, what about fuzzy meat?
Fuzzy meat? Yeah, buddy. I would definitely stay away from any fuzzy meat. Just, as a little slice of, personal philosophy. Stay away from green meat, fuzzy cheese, or fuzzy meat and green cheese.
Says his roommate and him had a big jar of nacho cheese, and they opened it up and it was all fuzzy. And his friend said, maybe if we just go around the fuzzy stuff. He was just joking, but he almost threw up.
That reminded me of a kind of it was a payback, but a dirty trick also. And I'm not going to get into any real graphic detail, but a guy was getting a revenge from a practical joke that was pulled on him years before, and who now was married, had a kid, invited some of his old chums over to his house, including the guy that pranked him years back. And he had set up beforehand. He had a baby. I think at the time he was like 4 or 5 months old. Anyway, my buddy took one of these diapers, clean diaper, and put in pumpkin pie filling, just raw, not raw, but just plain pumpkin, canned pumpkin, put some in there, and put it in the trash, and then later, when his buddy came over, he, did that. I think. It was amusing, nonetheless. All right, I'm not going to go any further than that with that one. If you understood that, great. If you didn't, I'm sorry. All right, now I'll get this kind of chopped up pretty good. I don't want there to be big chunks of sausage that would tear through the pasta. So I'll try and chop this up pretty good.
Crazy Dad wants to know, or Wild Man wants to know, sorry. Have you ever heard of cyclemate? C-Y-C-L-E meat?
Cyclemate? Cyclamate? I don't know.
Cyclemate?
I don't know if I've heard of it or not. It sounds familiar, but
What is it?
what is
Tell
it?
us, Wild Man.
Tell us. Yes, exactly. Oh, and I know you're thinking, what? Corn on the cob with ravioli? But this is the time of year when the Olathe sweet corn comes in, and I'll eat it every day if I can.
That's delicious.
It is, yeah. Really good sweet corn. Sometimes, it's sweet enough, really, if you wanted, it would be delicious just to eat it just like it is. All right. Get a little water going there.
Mary says she has a good joke about pizza, but it's too cheesy.
Oh! It's too cheesy, yeah?
Smells pretty good.
Sausage smells good, yeah. The whole thing's starting to really kind of come together. A little spoon here. I'm going to get some of this tomato paste in the sauce. I don't want to put the sauce on my ravioli and see a bunch of water running off the side. That's never any fun. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of tomato sauce here.
So Crazy
Or
Dad
tomato paste, I mean, what's that?
says it's a chemical found in Diet Right Cola. It causes cancer.
Oh. Well,
Never heard of it. Glad good nothing.
yeah. Well, it's not a surprise.
No.
I use a lot of things that they shouldn't be. Including, like, it was recommended that I use calcium chloride as an additive to processed milk to make the cheese curd work better. Yeah, I'm not thinking so on that. Alright. Get rid of the can. Try to keep some of the clutter down. Okay, got to give it a little taste here and make sure that it's not horrible. It's not horrible. It's not great. Just needs a little sugar, a little more salt. Sugar and a little salt. There's the sugar. A little more salt now, a little more salt. Not a lot. There we go. Learned that about kosher, man. It's easy to get carried away with kosher salt. And it's easy to add more, but it's really hard to take it out.
Scott says his friend's dad is a cop and called him on his birthday. They told him that his car was stolen and was on fire in a ditch. I freaked out, and when I heard about 10 guys start laughing on the other end, then he heard them laughing on the other end.
That's funny. Who said that?
Scott.
Scott?
Good prank the way that, good prank in a way to say happy birthday.
That is a good prank. Okay. Whew. Get this off here. Looking good. Shut that burner down. Sausage smells pretty good. It kind of smells like Italian. I don't know why. Alright. Just want to set that up here for a minute. See if it'll drain anything. It doesn't seem that fatty, so. Fatty. Got my water going to cook the ravioli. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Get some salt in there. Let's see here. Did I not turn on the right burner? I did not.
Yeah, it says cyclamate is allowed in Canada, Europe, and Australia now.
It is. Well. I don't know. I do know that I got to make myself a little bit of room here. I got to start cranking out some pasta here. Yes, I do. This table, I've discovered, is kind of difficult to get this pasta cutter or this pasta roller to work really well. Just because I have such a short lip. I mean, it's only a lip maybe yay, I don't know, yay wide to hold this down. If I tighten it up too much, it tries to pop up off the table. So I'm If I don't tighten it enough, flops all over the place.
Scott says, what was one of your favorite things you did in the Army?
What was one of my favorite things I did when I was in the Army? Oh, definitely going to Europe. I mean, spending pretty close to 3 years in Germany. That was great. That was great. Great people. Lots of really cool history. You know, castles and beer. You know, what's not to love? Yeah, that was a great experience, and I would say that it was by far more fun times than there were bad times. So, you know, there were sometimes it was a drag, but I think I'll just do this in half. All right. I think we're doing okay. These sheets roll here a little bit. We'll see how well this works out. Start cranking out the sheets here.
Scott says that he has family in Germany and really needs to visit.
Really? Where at in Germany? We were stationed near Stuttgart. That's the big city around us. Bigger than Stuttgart was the phrase.
Eli says, oh, Oktoberfest?
Oh, Oktoberfest was a lot of fun. Oh, I gotta pick that up. Oops. Oktoberfests were a blast. Germans set up giant beer tents. And another fun time of year is Flushing, when they celebrate the grape harvest. That's a lot of fun too. Just about as fun as Oktoberfest. It's kind of the same time of year-ish.
Scott said they work in Munich.
Oh, okay. My favorite German food ever was Jaeger Schnitzel. I absolutely loved it. And it's basically just pork with mushroom gravy, noodles. All right, looking better here. Looking better.
Scott said that they have sent him a lot of cool beer steins. I have a pretty big collection, and they're
The beer steins are cool. I used to have a bunch too, but over the years I've managed to break or lose every one of them. That's, you know, just the way things happen. My personal record drinking beer over there was 13 liters. You can do the math. That's somewhere around 3 gallons. And let's just say that's just about the drunkest I've ever been. Okay.
What do you got to do next on your cheese on your mustard?
What do I got to do next with my cheese? Well, it's got to sit for, it's almost been 20 minutes. Let it sit, then I got to cut the curd, and I got to bring the temperature back up. Then take the curd out. So
Yeah, I just kind of forgot how.
yep.
Scott says his brother-in-law, who is from Germany, always laughed when he came to the U.S. at Wiener Schnitzel. It's called Wiener Schnitzel, but it doesn't serve it.
Well, yeah. The Wiener Schnitzel here, yeah, it serves hot dogs. Wiener Schnitzel in Germany is, yeah, it's a completely different animal. Okay. I got some curds here, Mrs. Old Guy.
Okay.
Oh, wow. This curd is much tighter.
Good.
Yeah, this is what you want. I'll see if I can get a quick show you guys this.
Natalie says her great grandma used to make German potato salad all the time. I love it. Maybe I'm blessed because she was German.
This one's going to cook the pasta. I don't think I'm going to be able to show you these curds, but it turned out, I think, about 100 times better than the last time. So I'm pretty excited about seeing the results on this one. So back onto the heat, and I think I have to get that up to 110, and then pull it all together. Let me just double check here. I do have the old silly phone up. Just to make sure. I really don't want to screw this up. This raw cow's milk was $10 a gallon, so I don't want to screw it up if I can help it. Okay. Well, they just can't. Sorry. I just don't want to mess up this step here. Water to see, now this is a little better. Steps, very good. Okay, very good. So my thought was right. About 110 degrees is where I want these at. And I don't want to stir them really. I just kind of want to shuffle, get it to spin around, kind of. Don't keep that way warming evenly.
Crazy Gun says, hey Tom, that Tasty Freeze you worked in, was it the one in the movie Sling Blade? I sure do like them taters.
Yeah, sure. I like mustard on it. Yeah, that was a great movie. Just a quick little story. A few years ago, Mrs. Old Guy and I we were invited to a party, a Halloween party. We hadn't been to one in many years, and I thought, well, I'd been watching Sling Blade, and I thought, well, I'm going to go as Carl Childers, So I shaved my head, and I tried to get, the clothes that looked, as much as I could like the one he had. Made a fake lawnmower blade out of a piece of, I think, what was it, plywood. Got to the party, and not a single person knew who I was supposed to be. Nobody there had ever seen the movie. So it was like I went to a lot of effort for nothing. I even practiced my Carl voice for
Yeah.
the whole week. Nobody knew who I was supposed to be.
Scott says that cow's milk is almost as expensive to get as gas.
Well, yeah, more expensive than gas. Yeah, $10 for. So what did it say? 110? Almost there. We're about 100 degrees.
Lisa says my family's from Akron. We're all crazy.
Whoop. A little clicky thing sliding my way.
Dom's here.
Don, how's it going, man?
Sorry I'm late. My whole family got COVID.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
We've all been vaccinated and had boosters, but still got it, which is not.
Well, really, I hope it turns out to be like a mild case or whatever, and it isn't too debilitating for you. I'm right in the crucial part of making some mozzarella cheese for these raviolis I got coming up. Not quite. I should not leave that uncovered like that. I don't want it to dry out too much. So I'm just going to throw it in here. Come on. No, if I have to re-roll it, that's okay. I just want to get it out of the open air. Okay. Give it another swirl. What I just do with my swizzle stick? Oh, I didn't use it because I don't want to break my curds. Duh! Where are we at here? Temperature-wise. Coming up, 100 degrees. 100 degrees, 100 and... Uh-oh. We have 110. By golly. We got 110. Got the thing here. Now where'd my extra bowl go? I have my extra bowl. Just let me see the big glass one behind you there. Thank you, Mrs. Old Guy. All right. Let's get that off here.
Scott says his best friend and him went as Forrest Gump and Hobo, Lieutenant Dan with no legs in a wheelchair for Halloween once.
Nice. Now, just so I'm not going to miss any, like I have the last couple of times.
And Eli says he can't wait for his pineapple cider to be ready.
For the what?
Pineapple cider.
Ah,
That sounds interesting.
that does. All right. Got this cheesecloth. And this time I want to catch a little more of the curd than I did last time if things start to fall apart. Okay. Here we go. Oh, those are beautiful. Did you see that, Mrs. Old Guy? No?
No, I didn't know.
It's already stretching out.
No, cool.
Very nice. Kind of roll it out a little bit, try to get the Get the rest of that whey out of there. This little guy. One more thing. Let me see that blue bowl right there. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
See, folks, I've got more going on here than I can handle. I just can't take it. The pressure, the pressure. Gonna have to strain this out a couple of times here. It's already stretchy and sticky.
Yep.
See that?
Yep.
Oh yeah. It's gonna make some good mozzarella this time. Holy smoky. Alright. That almost worked too good. Maybe I'm gonna hold off on that. Already beautiful, stretchy mozzarella.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
Now, as another step, from what I've seen or read, you can make ricotta cheese out of the whey.
John says, Tom, you should be wearing gloves to hold the cheese between your arms.
I know. I do know it's going to be hot. I've got some rubber gloves that are going to kind of help. But it is encouraging to see it so stretchy already.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah, that's great.
That's nice. Okay, another batch here. This should finish it up. Yeah. Very nice. All right. Back in there. Okay. As usual, I'm destroying the kitchen. So we're going to try and go ahead and squeeze out some more of the whey here. That's already wanting to be very stretchy. All right. Now I do have another little pan here that I'm gonna use and dirty up. Pour some whey in here. I gotta get temp up on this. That's why Don was saying I'm gonna need something for my hands, because I gotta get it up to about 185. Alright. Turn up the heat on that a little bit. Turn that way down. Got to dry my hands well. Have you ever tried putting on a rubber glove with even just the slightest hint of moisture on your hand?
That corn can go off.
I didn't actually set the timer for that.
I looked off.
Oh, okay, great. Corn's off. We're getting there, folks. Hands back up. feel dry enough, they can go. They can go on, and we'll see. They don't provide much protection, but they do provide a little.
Crazy Dad said that he's never seen cheese made. That was awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome, man. That is the easy. That's the easy one. Ricotta is also pretty easy. One of these days, I'd like to get myself a little cheese press and the proper culture to make some like cheddar. Make my own aged cheddar cheese. That'd be great. All right. Let me see what's going on here. See if I can get the rest of this off of the cheesecloth. That's cooperating somewhat. Pull
Scott
off.
says making cheese does not seem easy.
Yeah, well, so far this hasn't been too difficult.
Just a lot of different steps.
Great, it's even lost more weight. Awesome. Still losing weight. Give this a temperature check. Come on. Not quite there. Great. Just maybe another minute. I can start to going ow, ooh, ow, ooh. I've seen videos of folks that will put the cheese in a microwave for a second. So I'm just going to put that in there. Give it a minute to get hot. Okey-doke. Start stretching. That's hot, all right. Make myself a little spot over here. That way, drain off there. Woo! Oh yeah. That looks really good. Okay. Before I forget, some salt in there.
Yep.
Ah! I boiled the way too much. Okay, one more time. I can start making raviolis here pretty quick. You and me both, babes. Okay. Okay. Good enough. Good enough. Set this aside. Okay. Turn the water on. Try to pick up a huge mess here. One of those oh no moments. Oh no moment last week too, trying to make those eggs Benedict Scotch eggs. Okay, get this out of my way. Dry off the table a little bit so I can roll out this pasta. Pop that in the freezer for a minute.
Scott wants to know what everyone's favorite kind of cheese is. He goes with pepperjack.
Favorite cheese?
Yep.
Asiago, I think. As far as just flavor, I really love Asiago. All around cheese, cheddar.
Crazy Dad asks Lisa if she liked cheese still, and she says, "You know it." Oh well.
Heck yeah.
Eli says Inspector Cho's ready for quality control.
Well, you know it. He's always ready. Come on now.
Crazy Dad says he likes Swiss and pepperjack.
It's hard, I guess, it's just too hard for me to pick one cheese that I like. I like a lot of cheeses.
Natalie's not a big cheese fan, but she does like cheddar.
Awesome.
I'm not real big on cheese either.
Okay. Make sure what's going on in front of me here. Good, good. One more time through the roller. Come on now. And that'll be plenty thin enough for making some ravioli. I'm going to get the other half rolled out. Oh, I don't know, let me see. I probably got enough to do what we're going to need, Mrs. O'Gay. So, let me get this out of my way. Set that back over here. Crash, get that out of the way a little bit. So here's our ricotta, parsley and garlic mix. I'm gonna have a little salt, pepper. Come on. Not gonna forget the mozz. I just wanted to see if I can get it to cool down just a little bit first.
That's a true type of cheese. Really matters is on what you're putting on pudding. American cheese on pasta would be good, but on a cheeseburger, it's a must.
Pretty much. I'm gonna use about half of that sausage.
Janice likes sharp cheddar, Swiss, and Parmesan cheese.
Oh yeah, love Parmesan. That's what I mean. It's hard for me to pick just single cheese. Exactly, depending on what you want to use it for, depends on which one is my favorite. Like for patty melts, it's definitely Swiss. for grilled cheese, American. I guess if it's a decent melting cheddar on a cheeseburger, but otherwise American.
Eli likes him some feta.
All right. Like Tim some what?
Feta.
Feta? Yeah, that's one I never really did like too much. But, yeah, it's just a personal thing, right?
Tracy Dad likes blue cheese.
Blue cheese?
Yep.
Right on. Okay, so I could use my regular. Now I gotta dig for another one. Could use my regular ravioli maker. I'm sure you've seen them. Rectangular thing with the little cup that you. Okay. So I'm not gonna do that. If you have a small mouth lid for a canning jar, it would great. They make a nice, I guess you would call it a large ravioli. Okay. I'm just going to take an ice cream scoop full. Scoop it on there. Try and leave myself enough room in between where I can get these 4 or 6.
Scott wants to know, has anyone had a slice of American cheese melted on top of a piece of apple pie? He heard it was good.
I've heard that too. I've never tried it that way. Oh, darn. I can roll it out real quick. That's okay. It'll only be another minute. What are you doing? You're supposed to be up. Okay. Crank this back on. All right. Let's get away.
Don says Kerry Gold's Dubliner cheese is really good. Might be.
Don't think I've heard of it, but then again, there's a whole bunch of cheeses that I've never heard of or tried.
Yep. Scott says blue cheese is one of those that you love or you hate. And I have to agree with that.
Well, I guess I'm the odd person out because I don't like blue cheese by itself, and I really don't like blue cheese dressing, but I do like blue cheese in some different things. So it just depends on how it's served for me. All right, keep cranking. Get this done as quickly as possible here.
Scott says, I love smoked Gouda cheese on sandwiches.
Get this one off. I turned the wrong one off.
Uh-oh.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Corn might be a little overdone.
Uh-oh.
We'll see.
Still good on it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Would you ever try the maggot cheese that Eli wants to know?
You know, I guess maybe if I was there, you know, and somebody offered it to me, but I wouldn't, deliberately go looking for it. If I was in whatever country it is it comes from and said somebody offered it, I might try it. I doubt very seriously if I do that kind of traveling. Okay. So, just gonna lay this over the top. So if you don't have one of those ravioli makers, this is just another way to do it. Center that on there. Give it a good few twists, and there you go.
Scott says no, he wouldn't try it, but he saw a channel on YouTube do it. And Eli said that Val made his own with a visit to the pet store.
Yeah, he did.
And Ronald Reeves.
Hey, Ronald. Very good evening to you. Old guy is making ravioli from scratch. I made the sauce. I made the pasta here. I made the sausage. Got some ricotta cheese. Oh, what did I do? I went to all that trouble to make my mozzarella cheese. Did I put any in these? Oh, no, I didn't. That's okay. That is perfectly all right. I can just make a couple more, and these won't have any. That's okay. It's all right.
You still get 8.
They'll still be delicious, right? Sausage ravioli. Just won't have the mozz in it. Well, I don't know why it occurred to me then, but at least it occurred to me.
Scott wants to know what we're cooking next week.
Next week we are cooking patty melts next week.
Raining.
That's good. It really needs to rain up here. We've been on water restriction up here for the last week. Yep. So not allowed to water our grass at all. So I'm sure the front yard is appreciating its water right now. Okay. Jeez Louise. See, you guys, you got to keep me more honest than that. Should have said, hey,
Sorry I didn't even want to know.
where's the mozzarella? So, I'll try and... Oh, no. Yeah, 2-second rule. I got too much here. Got to get it rolled back out. Oh, come on.
You might have said, oh no.
Oh, yes. And oh, no.
Hashtag oh.
Oh, boy. That's all right. I'll make it work. It's going to take a minute to re-roll these. Come on. Boy, I tell you, it's taking longer than normal because I'm making everything. And I'm like... Hurry up! Come on now. only because I'm in a hurry.
Yeah.
Come on. Crank through there for me. I know it looks a mess. Okay, well, tell you what I'm going to do.
We'll grate it and have it on top.
Yep,
Something like that.
that's just what I was going to say. And I'll roll this out later. That's okay. Get this out of my way. Oh, come on. These. That rain, the cool air, feels really nice. Okay, then we got.
So this would take me like 3 hours to make.
What's that?
Scott says this would take him like 3 hours to make.
Well, it might take me that long too if I don't get something together here. All right, I just want to go around these and make sure I got them sealed off. So, crimp them real well with a fork. Hopefully.
Like I said, told Scott that he'd still be milking a cow. Yep, gotta seal them good. Don't want them leaking.
No. They can leak. I just don't want them to like fully open up and have sausage and cheese floating all over the water. Come on.
Scott's like, LOL, I'd still be looking for the cow, searching for the cow.
All right, a couple more of these. I sure hope these hold together. See, once I forget something like the cheese, then I've kind of jinxed it. I'm going to turn that down to a gentle boil so it doesn't like just destroy them.
Brandy said had to go moderate another channel, had a rough day, older grandmother.
Well, glad you're here. We are just getting ready to start these raviolis, or we cook them. Got them all together finally. See how well they hold together. I'm hoping they hold together just fine.
Yeah. Scott says, I imagine there's a learning process with making homemade pasta and cheese.
There is, and I've had a lot more experience with pasta than I have with cheese as far as making. All right.
Don says, Tom, it's all good. Those things happen in the kitchen. Yours is best.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. Come on now. See, if I wouldn't have checked, that one would have just opened right up. Good thing. Oh! That one's yours.
Thanks.
All right. These are looking just about good enough. I think they might leak a little bit. As long as they don't open up all the way. That one looks pretty good.
Hurry up, I'm hungry.
All right already.
Eli says he once went to the store just for cheese and he came home without any cheese of it.
We've done that too, only it was for coffee filters.
Yep. Scott says if some of the raviolis don't work out, Chum will take it, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I'm sure he would. Boy, look at this. Look what I did to the kitchen this Saturday. I'm sorry.
It's okay, I guess. Brandy says, her too. Lilith reminded me that you were still alive and were cleaning upstairs. Bet she's the youngest guy here.
Could have used a little more salt, but it's good. Letting these kind of gently cook.
How old is Lilith, Brandy?
Don't want them to, get a rough boil and just fall apart. So, take it kind of easy. I don't know if this is going to shred or not, but I'm gonna give it a try.
Slice it thin and lay it on top and then put sauce.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking that, but I thought I'd try grating just to see. No, it's going to have to be a lot colder than it is. So I just cut it up here like you suggested, throw some on the top, and that's what I'll do.
Awesome, Brandy. Thanks for watching, Mom. 11 years old.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm an 11-year-old, half queener, she says.
Well, I'm glad you find this old guy entertaining enough to watch on a Saturday night.
Eli says, Chum Brandy.
Come on up here and say hi. Come on up. Come on. Yes. He's such a good boy.
Scott wants to know how he got his name.
Chumley got his name. Well, he's my second Chumley, but the name comes from a cartoon from the 60s or 70s called Tennessee Tuxedo. And it's about this penguin that would go about in his adventures, and he had a sidekick walrus friend, Chumley, Chumley, which is different than Chumley from Pawn Stars, which a lot of people think I named him from. His the way he spells it is Chumlee, Chumlee, as opposed to Chumley, if that makes any sense. So. All right. Let's see. There's some corn. I'm gonna hand you the corn.
Crazy Dad said, Wild Man said, it's one of those nights where you need a prep cook and a dishwasher.
Yeah, no kidding. Go ahead and get you some butter and let me know when you're done. All right. These are actually looking pretty darn good. They're floating on top. I think they're done. I'm going to give them just another second. Get over there, Mrs. Little Guy.
Huh?
Oh, you're doing something.
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot.
You need butter.
No, I'm good. I'm good just now. These are almost ready, folks. Almost almost ready. And I keep like misplacing stuff.
Shame on you.
Oh. Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
3 raviolis. Some sauce on the top there. A little bit of the mozzarella. Just a little shake of salt. Okay, Doug. Brother Doug. Ravioli, homemade type. Homemade cheese on the top. Yeah, yeah. Can you see that, Miss Olga? Huh? Let's get an answer sometime tonight here.
Yes, you can. Sorry. What's the question?
Okay. Now let's get mine plated up here. Oh. Ravioli.
Can I maybe have a fork at some point?
Can you have a fork? I gave you. Oh, I guess I thought I gave you. I apologize, Mrs. Old Guy.
Thank you.
Yes, you can have a fork at some point. I guess that point would be. All right. Some sauce. Some of the mozzarella that I should have put inside. That's okay. That's okay. Am I forgetting something? I don't think so. Watch out, gentlemen.
Randy says, he's like, please, Dad, please. So cute watching him.
He's such a good voice.
And Randy's daughter's on her other device, she says.
Ah. Well, thank you for watching, Old Guy. Mrs. Old Guy, your glass, please. Cheers, dude.
Cheers.
I love you, Mrs. Old Guy.
I love you.
All right. Let's try a taste.
Everybody says it looks really good.
I'm fixing to see how good it is. The inside looks like it cooked all right. The mozzarella, you can see. I mean, we got a pull from, a big cheese pull off of that. Oh! Fail. Here we go.
Yum.
That's really good. The sauce, I think, could have been a little bit a little more sweet. It seems a little bit bitter, but the pasta turned out really nice. Ooh. The filling is really good.
Yes, really good.
I'd buy that for $1. So what'll take me? A couple hours. I did do a little BSing.
Everybody's saying it's looking good. They're liking them on the screens.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. I will definitely keep that in mind when I start to plan my meals. Now, I'm trying to decide about next week. Mrs. Old Guy does not like rye bread. In a classic patty melt served with rye bread, grilled, so sauteed onions, Swiss cheese. She likes it just on sourdough bread. So I'm deciding, if I'm just going to go buy the bread or if I'm going to make a loaf of rye. Either way, Mrs. Old Guy isn't going to eat any of it because she doesn't like rye bread. So I'm going to have to try and make up my mind next week, or during the week here if I'm going to make the bread or just what. Now I can get a sourdough starter going right away, and I could make a sourdough bread and just buy a loaf of the rye. But anyway, I'll have to give that some consideration.
Don and Scott like the cheese. Good job on the cheese, and the pool was amazing.
Thank you. It was a good pull.
Don says, what about dill bread?
Dill bread, huh?
Scott says, I'd buy that for $1.
I'm glad you got the reference. Yeah, dill bread. I don't know. I don't think I've ever really had it. I know I haven't ever made it. I made beer bread a few times that turned out real well. But that kind of hurt. So anyway, that is coming up next week. The old patty melt. And I'll probably think of something to go with it. And of course, we're going to have dessert too, which is going to be German chocolate cake. So that should be good. Looking forward to that. This sauce turned out, has a nice little spicy zip to it. You don't notice it at first. But as you eat the ravioli, the heat becomes more and more apparent. What do you think, Mrs. Old Guy? Now you've been into it a little bit.
Delicious.
Awesome. Delicious. Well, I did own an Italian restaurant at one point, so I guess if I can't make ravioli, although I will give you a good oh no. When I opened my Italian restaurant, it was opening night. I spent 3 days prior getting sauces and everything prepped and ready to go. Opening night, what do you think is the one thing that I forgot? Now this is an Italian restaurant. I want to see what folks think before I tell you what it was.
Joshua's mom is making peach cobbler.
Ooh, yum! Love peach cobbler. That's one of Mrs. Old Guy's favorites.
Randy says pumpernickel.
Pumpernickel's really good. No guesses as to what it was I forgot? Well,
Butter. Parmesan cheese. Tomatoes.
I forgot to make spaghetti. I forgot to make the freaking pasta for spaghetti. I ended up having to walk up the street to a local grocery store and buying a couple of bags of American Beauty pasta and using that instead of my fresh pasta.
We're gonna make homemade German chocolate cake. That's one of my favorites.
I am, but I can't. I'm not going to do it on the live stream. The reason for that, there wouldn't be time for me to make it, bake it, then let it cool, frost it, and eat it. So the best I can do is to make it up ahead of time and just have it for the live stream. And it's going to be that way pretty much with any of the desserts, because most of them really need to be made or have some prep done ahead of time, other than like maybe a bowl of ice cream. So, I mean, even if I got to make the ice cream, I still have to do that ahead of time, at least a little.
Don says, just keep out the rye flour and make sourdough dill bread. That's really good. You just use the dill seed.
Okay. I'll definitely have to give it a try.
Janice says you should make homemade onion rings and fried zucchini to go with the patty melt.
That's not a bad idea. Definitely onion rings, zucchini. Love fried zucchini. Good idea. Good idea, Janice. Miss O'Reilly, can you note that somehow?
Joshua had guessed kumquats and Don also had guessed oregano. That you had forgotten.
That kumquats. I've never even had a kumquat. I've seen them, only on videos and so forth. Val actually ate some on his live stream, like about a year or so ago. When Mrs. Old Guy and I went to California last October, we found a hybrid. It was a tangerine crossed with a kumquat. I didn't get any because I want to find out what a kumquat tastes like before I try something, that's mixed like that. So, not yet.
Eli says 86 spaghetti on opening day. Hashtag, oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, folks. Well, I think I'm going to kind of wrap things up. I got a gigantic mess I got to clean up here. Plus, I got to make more pasta to finish this big bowl full of ravioli mix here. So I got to get out of here and get some more stuff done. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. If longer streams sound good to you, I'll see what I can start. I see what I can do to start extending them a little bit. Let me ask you folks, what do you think about starting an hour earlier than I have been before? So it's 6 o'clock at our local time. What would you folks think about 5 o'clock our local time? Not sure where that would be with you folks, but an hour earlier. What do you guys think? Then maybe I can make it a little easier to stay an hour longer. Just by the fact that, eating dinner at 8 o'clock at night is usually not what we do. But if we get a little closer to normal time, that would be great. So really, what do you guys think about an hour earlier start? I do want to know. Also, as always, if you have any last minute thoughts, suggestions on something to cook, any thoughts, any more comments that you got, now's a great time to do that. So,
Perhaps let's salmon croquette.
Salmon croquettes.
For a veggie meal. Do all season, an all season one.
Okay, Mrs. Olga is writing these down, so they will go on to the list. And somebody suggested a wheel with different slots for stuff, and I don't remember who that was, but Mrs. Olga and I are working on that. I think it's a great idea, so that from that point forward, that's how the meals that are coming up will be chosen.
Yep.
By that. So
Everybody's good with an hour earlier.
okay.
Jenna said you'll just have to be sure and remind them on Bell's room.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'll plan to start doing that. I won't do it next week. I'll talk about it again next week, and so that folks know. And the week following that, and that will be the night that I'm making the creamy Tuscan chicken, requested by Sean and Sean's Pack. And so that night will be my first night at the new 5 o'clock Colorado time live stream. Okay? Thank you. I appreciate that. It will make it a little easier for us. Although I will have to, maybe, depending on what I got planned for that particular night, might have to leave Val's live stream, a little bit early, but not a lot, 10, 15 minutes. Anyway, okay. If there is no more last minute thoughts or suggestions, I'm going to think about rocking it on out of here. As always, I do really appreciate everybody coming to watch me on Saturday night, especially during the summer when there's probably better things to do. So I really appreciate it. Both Mrs. Olga and I really look forward to Saturday nights and the food that you guys suggest, like patty melts, the creamy Tuscan chicken, all of them, stir fries, even just the malt shop dinner with burgers and fries, we enjoy or have enjoyed every one of them so far. So please keep that up. We really appreciate it. That's a big part of our Saturday nights. So please keep them rolling in. I'm going to ask you, please, as always, go out and give a little time back in your local community. If it's helping Salvation Army sort clothes for an hour, do that. If there's an elderly neighbor on your block that could maybe use help with his yard work, go do that. Just give back to your community a little bit, okay? I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you next week. Y'all take care. Bye now.
I know.